here is a routine that is very friendly on your wrists and on your shoulders. Whether you've been injured in these areas or maybe they've been overtaxed in some way from life, being on computers or on smartphones, this is going to be a great routine for you. It is still very engaging. Your muscles will be worked. We'll get into our breath. But the whole purpose of this practice is to really open you up, to move a little bit more into a back bend, because we are so much in this forward bending motion these days. It's detrimental to our posture, to our energy level, even our mood can be affected by it. I consider this to be number 2 in this wrist-friendly, chaturanga-free series that I am creating. I made a video a little while back that you guys have really liked, and you really have told me that you want more videos like this. So this is my second attempt to offer something to you that hopefully can be helpful. So this one is not so flowy, it's a little bit more grounded, and of course go through it and see how it might contribute and help you in some way, and maybe you'll explore other areas of your body that might have been neglected, you know, from all of the work that your shoulders and your wrists have been taking. Maybe you'll feel your legs more, your core more, your breath a little bit more. So I am Anita Goa. For those of you who might be new to me and my channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. It helps me out a lot, so I can support you and create free content for you. So if you support me, I can support you. Okay, you don't have to watch this intro ever again. So from now on, you can start to practice from here. Enjoy. So before we come into a seated position, roll your blanket up to a cylinder shape like this. Okay, so really roll it up tightly. And you can just position that onto your mat and put one block, you know, where your head is going to be, and then take your second block and sit on it. So you can just cross your legs, lean forward and sit on the block. Lift your chest and roll your shoulders back. Just keep your palms facing up. Keep your index finger and your thumbs together. Roll your shoulders open and just close your eyes and tune yourself into your breath. Inhale fully through your nose and just exhale out through your mouth. Do that again. Inhale fully. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And continue on. Keep the mouth closed. Inhale. And try to keep the mouth closed as you exhale and feel yourself slightly contracting your throat muscles together. Inhale fully. In through the back of the throat, slightly contracting your throat muscles as you fill your lungs up. And then exhale completely. Empty your lungs out. And just feel the navel drawn in ever so slightly. So you feel the rib cage opening up and expanding on your inhale, and then going back to normal on your exhale. So very gradually, as you fully inhale and you exhale, making your breath cycles as full and complete as you possibly can at this moment. Allow your mind to quiet down and calm down. And withdraw yourself from the external environment and now into your own internal environment. Work your palms together in front of your heart. Draw your chin into your chest. Just bow down into the highest within yourself. And set an intention for your practice. Lift your chin. And open your eyes. Good. Come off of your block. And we'll just put that to the side. And turn sideways and take your blanket and place it basically right under your armpits. So it's going to be right basically where your shoulder blades are. Keep the legs bent, drawing through the abdominals, and slowly roll yourself down. So once you come down, draw the knees together and keep the feet apart. Just lift your pelvis and lift your abdomen and arch back. So you want to make sure here that you're on the tips of your sitting bones. Your head is on the floor, and you can open the arms out to the side into like a 90-degree angle, into what we also refer to as cactus arms. Now this should feel comfortable. There shouldn't feel like there's any compression along your spine at all. But you might feel a deep stretch into your abdomen, and particularly into the front ribs here where your diaphragm is, your breathing muscle. The breathing muscle is right underneath your ribs. So if you feel a deep stretch into this area, it's a sign that you're probably a little tight in your diaphragm. So this will help to stretch it, to hydrate that area, open it up, so that you can take fuller inhales and more complete exhales. Yoga is breath. Breath is life. And breath is prana, life force. So if you're not breathing properly, you're stagnating. The energy gets stuck. And sometimes it creates stuckness in the shoulders, in the neck, in our jaw, in our face, even in our wrists, in our hips, in our back. You know, it travels everywhere and affects everything. So just hold it here for a few moments. Inhale as fully as you can. And exhale as completely as you can. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. If you feel like the blanket is too high, then create a smaller blanket for yourself. Okay, so you want to feel that gentle stretch, but you don't want to feel uncomfortable. You don't want to be in pain. Put yourself in a position where you can fully breathe. Full breath cycles, an inhalation and an exhalation. Okay, then toe heel your feet together. Bring the arms up to the center and just roll over to your side. And come up a little bit and take the blanket and put it to the side and roll back down onto the floor. Okay, just let your spine adjust so your lower, middle, and upper back is on the floor. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Root into the four corners of your feet, so the big toe joint, the little toe joint, inside and outsides of your heels. Feel the lift through the arches and really root down. As you draw in through the navel, gradually inhale and roll your spine off the floor. Keep rooting down into the feet. Feel as if you have a string attached to your tailbone and your tailbone goes up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your buttocks a little bit, but don't over squeeze them. And then exhale, roll it down slowly from the top and then to the middle and then to the lower part of your back. Good, do that again. Inhale as you roll it up, just let the arms rest at the side of your body, let your shoulders rest. And exhale, gradually roll it down. So gently massaging your spine, strengthening the muscles in your back, so your buttocks and your hamstrings, your deep back muscles, opening up the muscles in the front. The hip flexors, continue with the diaphragm and the front of the shoulders and the chest. And roll it down. Good, and last time, inhale, roll it up. And then take your blanket again and place it on your lower back and sacrum area. Okay, so once it's there, adjust your middle and upper back, join through the abdominals, and see if you can lift both legs off at the same time. Then interlace the fingers around the right knee, extend your left leg out and flex the foot. And really extend out into the heel and feel the extension all the way through to the crown of the head. And feel that stretch into the left hip flexor. Draw the right knee towards your chest, relax your shoulders, and just circle the right foot around the ankle. 5 times to the left, and reverse 5 times to the right. Good. Then draw that left knee in and extend out through the right leg. Flex through that right foot. Adjust the upper body so that you feel relaxed here, feeling that stretch into the right hip flexor. And then circle around that left ankle 5 times to the right. And then 5 times to the left. Breathe with it. Try not to tense up your neck and your shoulders and your jaw. Good, and draw the right knee in. Slowly lower your heels into the floor. Engage the abdominals. Root down into the 4 corners of your feet again. Pull up through that string and gradually come back up into that bridge pose. And slowly roll it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Excellent. All right, as you keep that abdominal engagement, lift both legs off at the same time. Take one block and place it between your legs, mid-thigh. Squeeze the block, and as you squeeze the block, draw up through the pelvic floor and join through the navel. Take your second block behind your head. Let your arms rest at the side of your body, and then inhale, lower the heels towards the floor. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale and lift. Keep going and keep breathing with the movement. Feel that your lower abdominals are very engaged here. Your hip bones are anchored. Your shoulders, your jaw, your face is relaxed. And just notice how everything else is working except for your upper body. Okay, it's still engaged. It's still part of the whole, but it's not doing the work like it might normally do. Good, do a few more. Inhale down. If you lower the heels too far to the ground and your lower back pops up, try to avoid lowering the heels as far. Inhale and exhale. Hold it there, legs in 90, and then place your hands behind your head, lift your head off the floor, roll the shoulder blades off the floor. Draw your elbows in a little bit, and exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale right. Inhale center. So still keeping the leg squeezing against the block, drawing up through the pelvic floor, in through the navel, anchor the hip bones, and feel that rotation from the bottom of your ribs. And you're rolling over from one shoulder blade to the next. Good, now exhale and rotate to the left, hold it there, and extend the right arm to the outside of the thigh. Press the arm and the thigh against each other. Drop your right shoulder down. Your left arm is on the floor and you're holding, squeezing the left side of your waist for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to the center, and then exhale it to the right. Hold it there. Extend the left arm to the outside of the thigh. Press the arm and the thigh against each other. Feel the right arm resting on the floor. Squeeze the right side of your waist and breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to the center and release it down. Oh, beautiful. Let go of the 2 blocks. Cup your hands around the knees. Lift your head and just roll yourself up gradually as a unit, drawing through the abdominals. Use a little momentum if you need to. And now what we'll do is rock and roll back and forth a little bit. If you find that this doesn't quite work for your spine, then just roll yourself down and roll yourself back up. Use your hands behind your thighs. So just massaging the spine, engaging the abdominals. So if your spine is fine with it, this is very healthy. Will keep you young forever and ever. Is the first thing that stiffens and tightens as we get older is our spine. So we want to keep this flexible and youthful. Good. Last one. And then roll it down, smooth sailing. Excellent. Ooh, that got that blood flowing a little bit. I just have to adjust my mat a bit. And then keep the left leg bent. Draw the right knee towards your chest. Take the inside of the heel for a half happy baby. So the knee draws towards the armpit. This might feel releasing and stretching for your right wrist. And then either keep the left leg bent or extend the leg out like you did before. Really extend out through the heel. So you continue to get that stretch into the quad and the hip flexor. And just open the right knee to the side towards the armpit. You'll feel a deep stretch into the right hip there. Relax your shoulders down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now you can hang out here, use a strap if you need to, or you can try to straighten out the leg. Get a little bit more towards the inner thigh and the hamstring. Let that right shoulder stay down in the socket. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. And then bend the knee, draw the left leg in, take a hold of that left heel, keep the right leg bent, draw the knee towards the armpit, or extend that right leg out, flex the foot, and work on your full extension here. And notice how this grip feels on your left wrist. Soften the shoulders. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. You can hold it here, use a strap if you need to, and extend the leg out. You can use a scarf, a tie, whatever you might have to support you. But just keep the abdominals engaged, keep your hip bones anchored. Fully breathe in, fully exhale it out. Fully breathe in, fully exhale it out. Good, and bend the leg and draw the right knee in again. Ooh, that's pretty intense. Good, and cup your hands around the knees again, and you can either roll yourself up to a seated position here, or you can rock and roll back and forth again a few times. And we're going to roll up into a low Indian squat or low malasana, like this. Yeah, and that might take a little bit of time to get used to, so you can keep your feet open, about shoulder distance apart, palms together. If it's too much to keep the palms together, just keep the tips of your fingers together so your wrists are a little bit more extended. And then breathe in here, exhale completely. So hopefully your hips feel nice and open and lubricated from what you've already done. Stay with your breath. See if you can lift your toes off the floor and stay connected into the four corners of your feet. Good. Then gradually inhale to a halfway pose. Feet are hip distance apart. And then place your palms underneath the feet. So you're stepping your hands or your feet on your hands. Lean forward a little bit. So you press your hands and your feet against each other. Then you can exhale, draw the elbows out to the side and fold over your thighs. And just feel that stretch into your forearms, counter stretching the wrist. All right, you can work your way into this a little bit. Bend and extend one leg, getting into the hamstrings, into the hips, into the side of your waist there. If you can, keep the legs straight and fold straight over, go for it. So just work yourself in whichever way feels fine with you. Good, and inhale, halfway pose. Then exhale, release the hands from the feet, place your hands on your hips. And inhale, come all the way up to stand. From here, we're going to turn around. So we're now at the edge of our mat, feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, the arms up. And then exhale, bend the knees and just hinge it forward. Fold over your thighs. Keep your palms facing up. Inhale, halfway pose. Come onto your fingertips. And then exhale, fold it again. Turn your palms up. Inhale, rise and just keep the arms hanging and just gradually float the arms up right through the center of your body. And then one more time. Exhale, float it back down. So you're not sweeping the arms to the side and up like we normally do in a sun salutation. Beautiful. All right, then come onto your fingertips. We call this Hasta Bandha. So we're just very lightly on our fingertips, not much pressure on the hands at all. We're still in the legs and in the abs. And then slowly lower the knees into the floor. Point your feet. And then make fists, so you're on your knuckles here. And if this doesn't feel right, you can go down onto your forearms. That's okay. Arms are shoulder distance apart. And then exhale, round it into a cat stretch. Inhale, arch it to a cow. Curl the toes under. Exhale, round it into a cat. Point the feet. Inhale, arch it into a cow. One more time. Exhale, round it into a cat. Inhale, arch it into a cow. Good. Now exhale, round it into a cat again. Point your feet. And then lower your forearms to the floor. Just keep your palms facing up and really round your back. Feel the shoulder blades separating and wrapping into your armpits. Feel the heart and the breastbone drawing forward. So on your forearms with your palms facing up, curl the toes under, keep wrapping the shoulder blades into the armpits, pour the weight into the forearms, and try to drop your head down. Hold it there. Feel your heart drawing towards your thighs, heels off the floor. Just find that length in your spine. If this is too much pressure into your shoulders, just rest back into child's pose. Okay, then you can bend one leg and then press the right heel into the floor, open a little bit to the side, maybe possibly lift the leg. All right, just play around with it and see, bend the right leg, press the left heel into the floor, open it up a little bit to the side, and then maybe possibly lift a leg and release it back down. Get into the calves there. And slowly lower the knees into the floor and rest back into child's pose as you exhale. Inhale, roll yourself up and come into a camel stretching position. So keep the legs hip distance apart, draw up through the lower belly, and draw down through your tailbone so you feel your abdominals strongly engaged. Lift through the breastbone, take your thumbs into your armpits and draw the elbows in a little bit. Keep your toes curled under. All right, so feel that lift, feel that extension in your spine. So you're opening up from your heart, not throwing your head back. Good. Then interlace the fingers, right index finger on top of the left. Turn your palms to face away from you and round your spine a little bit. Just feel that stretch into your upper back, into the backs of your shoulders. Let your head drop. Good. And then gradually lift the arms up. And then release the arms back down. Place your thumbs again into your armpits, lift the chest, roll the shoulders open. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Extend the arms, left index finger on top of the right. Turn your palms to face away from you and stretch it away. You're stretching your forearms, stretching the backs of your shoulders, upper back. And lift up and release the arms back down. Excellent. Point your feet and then shift the weight into the right leg a little bit and step the left foot forward into a low lunge position or Anjana Asana. Stay connected to the lower abdominals, chest is lifted, and then lean your weight forward. As you also remember to stay into your back leg here. Keep the chest lifted. So everything that we've done so far should now feel natural to open up the front body and allowing the muscles in your back body to support you. Now you're going to lean forward and either place your forearm onto the floor or place your forearm onto a block. Turn your palm to face up. Toe heel the left foot to the outer edge of your mat and turn your foot so it's at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Depending on which direction you're at, you might be at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And allow the knee to open to the side. You can reach the left arm up. You can reach it to the back. Or you can draw in through the abdominals a little bit more and take a hold of your right heel and draw your buttocks. Draw your heel towards your buttocks. All the while, make sure that you don't sink into your shoulders, but lift yourself up and out of it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. And smoothly release. And then toe heel the left foot back. Press through the legs, draw in through the abdominals, and gradually lift it back up. Shift your hips back there. Okay? Curl the back toes under and then press, pivot the heel in and open to a warrior two. Extend the arms out to the side with your palms facing up. Lift your toes up off the floor. Breathe in, breathe out, gaze over the back arm. And then gaze over the front arm. Place the arms behind you, take a hold of your elbows. And then inhale, straighten out the left leg. Exhale, bend it to the side into a triangle pose. Look down to the side or up. You can release the left arm. You can let it hang or just support yourself lightly onto your ankle. And the right hand can work its way behind your back into your left inner thigh. All right, breathe with it. Feel that stretch into the right upper hip, left hamstring. Then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale it back to warrior two. Turn your palms up. Inhale, straighten out the left leg and turn your toes in. And then exhale, lift your heels, turn your heels in, and come into a temple pose. Lift your toes, connect into the four corners of your feet, and cross the right elbow on top of the left. Lift your elbows and drop your shoulders down. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Good. And inhale, straighten the arms back out, straighten the legs, lift your heels, and then slowly hinge it forward into an intense stretch. And you can extend the arms out in front of you if that feels okay, or you can rest your forearms onto the floor. Rest your head onto the floor if that feels okay. Try to keep your toes lifted, legs extended if your hamstrings are long enough, or just keep them bent. Just feel this blood flow to your head and brain. Now if you feel okay to do a headstand here, feel free to go into a headstand. All right, if that isn't too much pressure into your neck, into your shoulders, it all depends. It's up to you. Wherever you're at, breathe and explore that story, that inner world. What is this moment teaching you? Where might you be in need of a new perspective? Slowly lower it down if you're there. Good, and an inhale, come up. Just be on your fingertips here. Hold it. Full breath in, full breath out. And then work your way in the opposite direction, which is probably your new front now. Hold it. Good. Lower the left knee into the floor. Send your hips forward and lift your chest. Breathe in fully here. Exhale completely. Good. Now you can take your block. You can take your block and place it, your forearm on it. Toe heel the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. So now your right foot is at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 11 o'clock and 10 o'clock, depending on which direction you're in. Reach the arm up, extend it to the back, bend, take a hold of that foot, draw the heel towards the buttocks, lift out of your shoulders, fully inhale, completely exhale, fully inhale, completely exhale. Good, and gradually release, toe heel the right foot back in. So from your legs and your abdominals and your breath, gradually come all the way up. Shift your hips back so that you're fully in your legs. Curl the back toes under, press, lift up, and open to a warrior two. Yeah, see how fluid that was? Extend the arms, but turn your palms up. So just that little change might be completely different. Gaze over the back arm and gaze over the front arm. Keep your toes lifted. Connect into the four corners of your feet there. Feel rooted through the legs. Use the legs for what they were designed for, to carry you. Not the neck, not the shoulders, not the wrists. Bring the arms behind your back. Take a hold of your elbows again. Inhale, straighten out the right leg. And exhale it into triangle pose. Look up to the side or down. Release the bottom arm. Just let it hang. It's not really that needed. What's more needed is your legs and your abs to support you. You might feel that stretch into your shoulders there. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, straighten out the right leg, turn your toes in. And then exhale again, hinge it forward. Feels good, right? Now take a hold, just lift up halfway and take a hold of the left ankle with your right hand. Keep your left hand on your hip, or take that thumb and draw the hip away. Right? So you give yourself a little bit of a twist there. You can lower the head down. If you can, just explore it and see what might happen. And then gradually come up. Take the left hand to the right ankle. Place your right hand on your lower back to make sure your hips are level. To take the right thumb into the right hip crease. Draw that hip away and then gradually drop your head down. I might give you a different kind of twist. Good, and then gradually come up. Okay, come onto your fingertips again. So very little pressure on your wrist. Your wrists are extended. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and take tiny little hops with your feet together. Yeah, and lower your knees into the floor. Come into a hero pose. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? Everything feels open. Everything feels fluid and vibrating and moving from just a simple practice like this. So good. Sit down and just extend your legs out. Sit to the tips of your sitting bones. I'll turn in this direction. And then inhale the arms up if you want, or just lift the chest. And then exhale, hinge it forward from your hips. Wherever you can keep your hands, you can use a strap. Keep them to the side. Keep your knees bent if you need to keep them bent. And then stay where you're at through your breath. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Luxuriate yourself in your breath. It feels so good, right? It's this gift that we've been given for as long as we're alive. So you better take advantage of it, because it will feed you in the best possible way. It will open and expand you into the possibilities there right in front of you, so that you don't limit yourself. No matter what happens in life, whatever comes your way, breathe in, breathe out, to stay present in the moment. And then gradually it starts to open up. Slowly start to lift up. Good. Now roll yourself down onto the floor. You can take your little blanket, your little roller, place it behind your legs. Once you come down, adjust yourself so that you feel comfortable. Rest the arms at the side of your body. Close your eyes and close your mouth. And just let your body breathe you. No effort in your breathing. Just allow the breath to move all the way down into your belly. Let your belly expand like a balloon. And then allow your belly to go back to normal. let that balloon deflate. So just notice now if this routine gave your neck, your shoulders, your wrists, your arms that break that it was in need of. And notice if it feels like other areas of your body are now super engaged, supportive, and your whole body is now a little bit more integrated than what it was when you began. If that is the case, you know that it was good. It was good enough. Might have been different than what you were used to. But that's great. Do something different. Although yoga is so much about repetition and doing the same thing over and over again, sometimes that can lead to imbalance. Sometimes an injury or a discomfort can help pause and step back and help you to gain a new perspective, a new discovery that can help you further on the journey. So be curious, keep tuning in on a daily basis. Check in with the story that you're telling yourself. Is it serving you in the best way possible? Or is it inhibiting you in some way? Are you limiting yourself? Don't let your limitations limit you. Allow them to open and expand you into new possibilities. Wiggle your toes and your fingers, deepen your breath. Feel free if you want to stay here a little bit longer. Bring your legs together and draw your non-dominant leg in first, the leg you wouldn't naturally draw in. Then your dominant leg in second. Cup your hands around the knees again. Draw the knees away. Lift your head. Draw in through the abdominals and feel yourself rolling up like the connected unit you are. And then cross your legs. Work your palms together in front of your heart. Draw your chin into your chest and bow down again into the highest within you. Stay with your breath. Trust yourself. Make choices that work for you. Don't worry about if it doesn't work for anyone else. Does it work for you? Breathe and believe. Be flexible in your mind. Allow yourself to adjust and adapt in a way that will serve you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you. Go out there now and shine your brightest, brightest light. Mwah. See you next time.